Consciousness versus ego, the ultimate face-off. This discourse is about the inner conversation that happens in you between your consciousness and your ego. If you are going through Kundalini awakening journey or spiritual awakening journey, then throughout your journey, from the beginning of this journey till the journey continues and you become free, these conversation happens in the inner world, and that leads to your brain fog and other mental health issues, brain related health problems. That is why this discourse is extremely useful, especially if you are going through brain and mental health conditions. There are many conversation that keeps on happening inside throughout your journey, and it could not be expressed with anyone else. These conversations are like two forces fighting with each other, and since you are not higher in your consciousness level, you don't know which is right and what is wrong, whether the ego is right or the consciousness is right. So these two are like two opposite team. So consciousness is about the higher energies, is about the higher frequency of vibration that the brain receives, and ego is of the lower vibrational energy that the brain is already acquainted with. So you need to know that if you are living a human life, then most of your life you have lived with the conditioning, beliefs, the knowledge, the programming, the patterns, the tendencies, your desires, your way of viewing life, and everything that you know is collected from collective minds of other people. It would never been a process of going inside. It was never been the process of knowing what is what. But if you are in your last birth, then since your childhood, you could see and experience that always these beliefs, this conditioning, this inner talks of the ego are confronted by a force from inside. What is that force? And what kind of confrontation that you face during this entire journey of Kundalini awakening? So some of the dialogues or some of the face-off that is experienced by you during your entire Kundalini journey, I will be sharing in the form of question answer or team A, team B, and you will be able to identify which of these egoic patterns and conditioning are running in you. It will be easier for you to know that these higher dimensions of perspectives are coming from the consciousness and the lower dimensions are coming from the ego. So you will be at relief and your brain will be at peace to follow the instructions of the consciousness and no more follow the egoic patterns. At a stage when two voices are coming from inside, the brain gets confused whose instructions to follow. Understand that your brain is like the brain of a dog. When you give instructions to a dog and it is not knowing whose instruction to follow, if there are two members in the family, one person is calling, your wife is calling your dog who has come to your house now in the name of Johnny, and the other person, that is you, are calling your dog as Tommy. Johnny, 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 come, 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 come. Tommy, 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 come, 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 come. Now The dog doesn't know which vibration to capture, whether to go by Tommy or whether to go by Johnny. Same is the condition of your brain. When two voices are running in your head, one is coming from the egoic patterns and the other is coming from the consciousness. Which voice to follow? Whether it is coming from your mind or it is coming from energy. Whether it is your thought or it is your feeling. So, a series of conversation between ego and consciousness face off I will be discussing, and you will get the clarity about from where the voice is coming. And if it is coming from consciousness, you should follow that. Go to that route. Your brain should follow that decision. It is feeling versus thinking. But feeling versus thinking sometimes takes the form of addiction. If you are addicted to something, you say that you are feeling something to do. But that is not the feeling. That is the addiction that is driving you. So you should be able to distinguish and discriminate between what is feeling and what is thinking. So let's start with the conversation. And I will take it first as one day and then maybe an event of your life or throughout your life what happens towards your major decisions. You get up in the morning, you open your eyes, the ego says, oh, it's too late. I decided to wake up at 7 a.m. in the morning, but now I am waking up at 9, 2 hours lost. Now I have to hurry for everything. I have to get up and do things faster because I am late for everything. Life is running. I lost everything. I lost the opportunity to see the morning sun. I couldn't exercise today. The moment these kind of conversation happen in your head in the form of obsessive thinking, you know that this is coming from the ego. The consciousness, on the other hand, says, oh, it is such a beautiful morning. I had such a good night's sleep. After such a long duration, I had long time, after so many decades, I slept so well. I am feeling so fresh. The 2 hours of extra sleep that I got today, I never got that in decades. I'll take a leave from work and everything. I'll take a break from everything and enjoy this experience of being fresh. It feels so grateful that I could reach to my center. Life is here and now. I will celebrate today for getting such a good night's sleep. But the ego is not clear. The ego says, no, how can you take a break? You are meant to run. I feel restless if I don't work. If I don't work like a donkey. My system is designed to always be in future, to be always in stress, anxiety. Consciousness says, take a few deep breaths here and now, very slowly. Feel the incoming of breath from your nose slowly and let it go out from your nose slow. Life is slow. Life is like tortoise. Life is like rhythm. When you take 10 such breaths slowly, you will fall in the rhythm of life. You will fall in the vagus nerve. Your brain says everything is safe. I am not belonging to civilization. So the brain is happy. The brain has gone into parasympathetic breathing mode when it listens to the consciousness. But ego says, no, 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 no. How can it happen? How can be? I can be so relaxed so fast. I need to get up and get going, do some activities, show off. In the name of achievement, I need to work and show off, talk to colleagues, talk to people and show that how I work. I'm so much worthy. That releases dopamine in me. Only when I go and work in the office. Consciousness says, relax. I feel happy when I am alone. I'm not with anyone. I am energetically feeling the peace when I am on my own. Nobody is around me. Nobody is there to disturb me. But the ego wants attention of other people. So the ego says, no, no, how can I feel worthy if people are not attending to me? I need to see how people respond to my leadership, how people respond when I dominate them in the office, to my juniors, when I fight, when I do arguments with my colleagues, who is right, who is wrong. That gives me real dopamine. Consciousness says, you are a loser. Consciousness says, I feel happy when I cook my meal myself. I feel happy when I am here and now. I feel happy when I take care of my body. I take a good bath and I am rejuvenated. And this is happening on a Sunday or a weekend. If you are taking a break from work to relax, still your ego doesn't allow you to relax. This is just a glimpse of a day. Throughout the day, every moment, your ego wants to make you extrovert, take you out, interact with people. If physical interaction is not possible, your ego is connected to social media, which is again a different kind of addiction. You are interacting with strangers on social media just to gain attention. You are never silent. Your brain is always losing its valuable resource, valuable fuel. And the energy of the brain is getting drained in the form of losing attention. If you are paying attention to the ego, if you are paying attention to external world, you are constantly using the energy and fuel of the brain, and that is depleting the quality of the nerve cells. Your cognitive function is deteriorating. Your ability to think clearly, make decisions. Your cognitive function is deteriorating. Your left brain has no connection with your right brain. Both the brains are getting damaged. And this is happening due to one factor, one separate identity in you, that is the ego, which is created from the conditioning of other people. It doesn't allow you to relax throughout your journey. And in your spiritual awakening journey, if you take a break, the people around you who think in a way is imposed on your ego, your mind, and your mind and ego thinks the same way. You feel guilty all the time. The ego makes you feel guilty. If you are resting, if you are relaxing, the ego and the thoughts will come up. Why you are resting? You are not allowed to rest. You are not allowed to do nothing. Do something. Otherwise, your life is stopped. Ego thinks this way, that your life is stopped. How come ego know about life? It is not the department of the ego to know life. Ego is always in the self-created image, the personality, the roles that you play, the memories, the knowledge, garbage that you have collected is all ego. It is in a different dimension. It is not the reality of life. So consciousness says, take a break from everything and focus your energy on your well-being, on your health, on your relationship, on your wealth, on your career, on your life. Live your life purpose. This is what consciousness says. And the ego says, what is life purpose? There is no life purpose. I need money, only money. Whatever I will do for money. I can work for 15-16 hours a day, 100 hours per week or more. For me, money is everything. Consciousness says, money is everything when it is earned from your energy. When you earn yogic wealth, you become wealthy. And money is a derivative of your primary investment, that is investment in energy, investment in attention, investment in your brain, investment in your health. Consciousness is all about long term. Ego is always about insecurity, lack. Consciousness says there is abundance of energy. I just need to channel that energy in the right direction to attract the kind of work I want to do, to create that kind of work that I do. I will live my ikigai through which I will offer the best value to the world and the world will pay for it. Ego says, no, I don't trust this. I trust the system created by the society, by the matrix, by the world, where the salary is fixed. I will work day and night to get the fixed salary because I cannot live in insecurity about future. When I get the salary credited to my bank account, that time I feel happy. And as soon as that money comes, I start spending as if there is no tomorrow. I don't save. I don't believe in saving. The desire that I had long been awaiting for fulfillment can only be fulfilled through this money that I get at the beginning of the month or the end of a month. And for that I am ready to trade off life. It doesn't matter to me. I cannot wait for tomorrow to fulfill this desire, the desire for a car. Tomorrow I am going to grow old. I will not be able to drive a car. So I need a car now. Tomorrow I don't think I will be able to have sexual relationship with a girl or female. So I need to marry today. I need to do everything today. So in the journey of doing everything today fast, you become the rat that is involved in the rat race created by the matrix. Consciousness says, why so much hurry? The pace of life is gradual, slow, organic. Life was never meant to work. Life was meant for living. Where are you living? Let me live this life. Let me be little relaxed. Let me taste the tea, taste the juice, taste the coffee. Let me go step by step. Let me relax and do everything. The brain is along with consciousness. The brain says the same thing. Don't bring me into sympathetic mode where I am always in fight, flight or freeze mode. I have to release too much of cortisol throughout the day if you are running like this. I am an engine. I need gradual relaxation, to go into rest and digest mode, to eat the food, to digest the food, to run the system, to produce energy. The millions of cells which are my soldiers, I need to take care of them. I need to take care whether the body is in the right temperature, right constituents in the body are working well together. The total system is working well. Let me check. Give me a break. I need good sleep. I need lots of oxygen. 20% of oxygen I need. But you are exhausting. The ego is exhausting all those 20% in fulfilling desires. You are never at rest and peace when you are operating from ego. And these conversation keeps on happening every day for decades. When you do any spiritual practice or meditation or sadhana that needs some breath work, your energy in the ego, in the mind will not allow you to sit quietly for any duration. It will come and disturb. You cannot go into peace. All your eyes will be blinking like this. You cannot be at peace. If you want to experience peace at this moment, stop rotating your lenses and your mind will be stopped. Try it now. For 1 minute, you can blink your eyes, but stop rotating your pupil. Your lenses, when it moves this means too many thoughts are running in your head. You are all the time in your mind, not living life. And that is when your sympathetic breathing is activated. If you want to come to the parasympathetic mode, then right at this moment, stop movement of your lenses. Be still. Like this. And after some time, close your eyes. Focus your attention on your third eye. And slowly move towards 3 to 4 inches inside and start looking at the one who is looking at the third eye. This is called witnessing the witness technique that I am teaching you to bring you closer to your consciousness. If you practice this for 10 minutes, 15 minutes every day, a new level of consciousness will arise in you and you will get introduced to yourself for the first time. You are the perceiver who is at the back, at the center of your brain, in the subtle body, who looks at things, who sees things, who manifests things, who does everything. And when you reach that state, you will be able to witness the object, that is your ego, the thoughts in the mind. And every time these thoughts come to make things faster, you will slow down. By just not doing anything. Stop it. Stop at this moment. The moment you feel like touching your phone, stop it. The moment you feel like running, going here and there without any control on your body and nervous system, stop movement of your body. Sit still. Sit still for some time. For 5 minutes. Start with 5 minutes. Start with 1 minute. Sitting still. Doing nothing. And see the difference it makes into your breathing patterns. Automatically, your belly breathing will start happening. And you will be changed person. Your brain will be at ease. Your brain fog will go away. Stop listening to the mind, the ego, which keeps on telling you always to do things which other people are doing. You have FOMO, fear of missing out. When you don't do things which the world is doing, you feel that you are a loser. You are left out. And that is why you go to the party, you go and participate in the things the way people are participating. You become a part of the mob and become mediocre, below average. You can only become extraordinary when you are focusing on your consciousness, you are developing your brain, and you are ensuring that you are standing alone without any support system. Your brain grows more powerful when you are exposing yourself to daily life challenges where nothing is easy. You don't have to struggle, but you have to keep on putting challenges to your brain. And this one day and the days that you spend gets transformed into bigger decision that the ego shows you to get into the matrix. And the patterns of the matrix are quite predictable. If one person has bought a house, you need to buy a house. That is what the matrix is all about. And if you don't do it, everything is set. Buy a house, marry, give birth to children, do a job which is secured in nature, and all these are created by the women. Man was never born to be secured and safe. Man was always born to take the risk and take the challenges. Only then your return on investment will be the highest. If you are investing your money in fixed deposits, then definitely it is going to give you lesser returns as compared to equity, which you are taking the risk of investing for the long term. But in the short term, you are investing in liquid assets, you are investing in debt, you are investing in fixed assets, you are investing in real estates and everything that you feel that are safe in nature. Likewise are your decisions from the ego. And it keeps on driving you towards those decisions. And the conflict of consciousness and ego keeps on happening. The brain doesn't know which way to go. Whether to listen to the consciousness, which is not strong right now, or to go by the society or the matrix. So in this entire journey, in one way the divine, the powerful consciousness, super consciousness of the divine universe pulls you. But the force is not enough. And on the other hand, the crabs, the ego, the society, the matrix, it pulls you down. And your brain is torn between these kind of energetic fights between the consciousness and ego. If you want your brain to be healthy, you have to work in the direction of your inner GPS. You have to leave your energetic reality, and that energetic reality will activate the intelligence in you, what to do when. And for that, you have to break the old patterns that you have been using so far from the egoic conditions. You have to break that chain of thoughts by not doing what ego is telling you to do. For that, you have to take a break from life. You have to go away from the matrix for certain duration of time and see how life functions. Go to the mountains, go to the islands, go to an unknown place where nobody knows you. There is no connection with social media. There is no connection with any person you know personally, and you are actually experiencing life for the first time as it comes. If you are working as a freelancer, that is the best thing that you can do. In your own space, you are like a digital nomad working, because that is also required for your brain to release dopamine. So you cannot disconnect totally from work and not do anything which is actually absolutely essential for your brain to feel safe. So I don't suggest you to leave your work. I only suggest you to change the way you work. Stop all the patterns, running from the patterns. Start using your left hand. Start using your left hand for doing the basic tasks of life. And when you do instinctive functions of life, automatically your left and right brain both are used, because your both hands and entire body is used. Automatically you get closer to the consciousness. Automatically your intelligence in the body is activated. Your instinctive intelligence is activated. Your reptilian brain, that is the lower part of your brain, gets activated, and you get all the intelligence of evolution to run your life, which is not dependent on any civilization. Ego is created much after your original evolution. So you have to take that decision to stay away from the ego, to stop the patterns and live the life of consciousness. Every time the voice in your heart tells you to do something from your feeling, start doing it. And to master all of this, if you need the Guru, then Guru Sanju is here to work with you for the mega transformation that is possible only when you are dedicated enough to transform and take the new birth where everything is possible and you don't have to live by any patterns. So this was just the glimpse of the ego and consciousness conflict. There are endless conflicts going in you based on your destiny, based on your garbage, based on your life. Whatever you have put inside will be experienced by you in the form of conflicts. And for that, there are multiple ways, techniques that I teach my students who become blank and operate from consciousness. All right. So, have a great day. Bye-bye. Thank you.